Okay. The last section has to do with our application. Basically, it's just a story problem. And if you are like a grammar Nazi, then you know you're not supposed to start your sentence with a number like this. It should be written out like that. But I just caught that, so I started my sentence with a number. It's fine. Okay. Two hikers were on a trail. They started 5 3/4 mile away from the trailhead. They covered 2 1/8 mile before taking a break, and then they covered 1.5 miles before taking another break. How many more miles do they have to hike before reaching the trailhead? So, a couple of different ways you can do this. You can combine, like add, how far they've already gone, and then take it away from how far they have to go, or you can start with this and then take away each one of these. Really, you're doing the same thing. You could even start by changing everything into an improper fraction and then getting all of those improper fractions into having the common denominator, and then you're working with the same numbers. And it will probably be easier, but that's not how I'm going to show you. I'm going to combine how far they've gone, and then I'm going to take it away from here. Just so you know, if I was working this on a calculator, I would start with 5 3/4. I would subtract 2 1/8 minus 1 1/2, and then I would get my answer. But I'm working it out, so I'm going to do it this way. So I have 2 1/8. I am adding 1 1/2. First thing I want to do is get them into improper fractions. So times and then add the top, times the bottom, add the top. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17. So really we have 17/8. We're adding it to 3 halves. I have to get 2 to be the same as 8. I know that it will go into 8, so I don't have to do my multiples of 8 up here. I see that it can get to this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Times them both by 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. Now really what I have is 17/8 plus 12/8. When I combine those, I would get 29/8. So they have already gone 29/8. If I wanted that in miles, I would say, okay, 8 goes into 29 3 times to 24, and then I have 5 left. So 3 5/8 miles. You guys see that? That's how far they've gone. It doesn't ask me how far they've gone. It's saying how many more miles do they have to go. So I take how far they have to go, I take away how far they've gone, and then that will give me my answer that I needed. So this is a mixed number, and this is our improper fraction. They mean the same thing. They are equal. I'm going to get this into an improper fraction, and then I can take this away from it. So 5 3/4 times the bottom, add the top. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 is 23 out of 4. I want to get it into a denominator of 8, which is nice and easy because I just times them by 2, and it's going to give me 46/8. You guys see that? So this is how far they have to go. Now, this is how far they've gone. So if I take away 29/8, I can see that 8 is my common denominator, so that's what I'm going to have in the end. 46 minus 29 is going to leave me with 17. If you don't know how I did that, like I added 1 to this because it's so close to 30, and then from 30 to 46 is 16. But I remember that I added 1, so I have to add that into that, giving me that 17 that I have. Anyway, just an internal monologue there. So they have to go 17/8 more miles. And if I wanted that as a mixed number, 8 goes into 17 twice, gets us up to 16, and then we have 1 left over to get to our full 17. So 2 1/8 miles left to go. Hopefully you guys can see all of that. I'm going to have you guys do one. It probably won't be that difficult. Not that that was, anyway, you guys will do great. Good luck.